Hey guys, today's the day. We're going to move that. Truck driver's asleep down the road at the moment. It's just a little bit before 7 o'clock. He said he was planning on having a bit of a sleep in. He's a bit knackered. He's been running around the shop lately. And the cranes are on their way. So what we'll do, we'll get the cranes in position here shortly, slide the truck in underneath it, drop the boat down, and then he'll tie it down and we'll head up the road to the yard in Muswellbrook, where we'll basically reverse the process.
The two cranes they're setting up here are 90-tonne cranes. They've sent them out with counterweight so it reduces their capacity to 55 tonne. That's more than we need for this boat anyway. The cranes are just finishing setting up. In a moment we'll lift it up and drive the truck in underneath. The structure you can see behind us is the NCIG coal loading terminal. It loads out millions of tonnes of coal into ships each year for export. We missed a bit of this process. The wind blew up and knocked the cameras over. So we missed the bit where the cranes took off and we tied the load down, got it ready and put into the street. The pilots arrived and we were ready to pull it out on the main road. And here it will take about probably 2 hours to get it up to its destination. While this is a big load, at 4.5 metres wide, we had to pull over just before we reached Singleton for a 6.5 metre wide load coming out of town. It's not unusual to see these sorts of loads on the Hunter Valley roads. We are in the middle of a coal mining industry. And here we are safely in our destination. Now all that's left to do is to back it into place, set the cranes up, lift it off and brace it. Up enough so that the truck can drive out underneath, and then we'll drop the boat back down, sit it on some stands and brace it. We'll set the keel on some stands and then we'll brace the sides. So the crane company don't really like you getting underneath suspended loads, which is fair enough. So what I had to do was burn a hole in the stands. Then I had to attach a rope to the hole and pull the stands into the centre of the boat with the rope. Once I had them in the centre, then we could drop the boat down on the stands. Because I was paying for the cranes on an hourly rate, I didn't really want to have to mess around too much with cameras and try and set them up. So this is about all the footage that I've got of us putting all the stands in place. There you go, that's moving a boat in a nutshell. Well, not a nutshell, but you can see there's a lot of moving parts that need to go together. It took a lot of work on my behalf to make that happen. I was the project manager, so to speak. Had to organise cranes, I had to organise the truck, had to organise cranes at the other end, had to organise a little bit of help, had to organise all the stands getting made, and then I had to make sure that all those people were on exactly the right page and they knew what they were going to do and when they were going to do it. It's not as easy as just picking a boat up and moving it. A few things probably I'd change on that. Well, not really. Hopefully the next move that boat will have will be to put it in the water. Don't ask me time frame, I've got no idea at the moment. I've got so much other stuff I need to work through. What I'm doing from here is I'm going to spend the next few days really writing out a list of all the things that I need to do to get it back in the water. Interior fit out isn't something I'm concerned about at the moment. What I'm concerned about is engine, anchor, rudder, navigation equipment, safety equipment, generator, and of course paint and steelwork and fittings and cooling. There's lots of little pieces that need to go together to get this put back in the water. I know what I've got ahead of me. I've done a boat already. This time around I think it's going to be a little bit easier, but it's also going to be harder in some areas. The reason I say it's going to be easier, simply because I've faced these problems before and I know how to work my way around them. The next few videos will probably be a little bit boring for some, but for others you may enjoy it. When working on a project like this, the only way to work through it is to start at the end. I know that sounds funny, but you need to look at what the end result is of what you want to achieve, and then work your way backwards. What do I need to get to this? What do I need to get to this? And the other side of that is you always need to be a few steps ahead of yourself. Alright, well that's enough for me today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks very much for all of you guys that have subscribed. It's the channel's just has taken a big boost in the last 2 weeks. I'm going to keep at this. I'm going to make sure that it happens. Alright, bye for now.